We're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play is to the air. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Off play action, it's Fields. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
They'll run here on first down. And he gets this forward to the 19. The rookie from Florida in on that stop.
The humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Play action, Fields. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Brought in right side. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
And the Raiders get there and take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what First down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. He'll get this one to Adams. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. Yep. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Running right with Mitchell. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. A tight end in motion now. 2nd and 10 now. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Fields on 1st down. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. 7-3 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Now we're on the counter. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. He has the 1st down to the 10. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Headed out right. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
A pistol snap. Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now a give left side. And they take him down right along the 30. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They send a tight end in motion. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Fields out of the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes the play. And the Raiders will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up. You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Raiders with a lot of work to do to get into scoring range. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll try and throw it here. Right side into the hands of Adams. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
He'll throw it yet again. Taken in by Noah Fant. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Still sticking with the passing game. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They'll throw it again. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Completed to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They are throwing it again. Yeah, that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get some late points and the lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He fires one deep down the middle. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I mean, you can see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
And what a hit there. Ouch, he pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Finds the in route complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Another throw for Fields. That's complete to Leggett. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Buying some time right.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here's 2nd and 7. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Raiders might be able to get some points late after the interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Davante Adams, the intended target. So second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Butker knocks it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here we go. Mitchell up the middle. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's Mitchell again. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And he's down to the 42-yard line. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Here
we go.
Again, this is Mitchell. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Off play action, it's Fields. Throwing the out route complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face second down.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Hits him on the in route. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Now a field goal try coming up by the Ravens. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, they'll run. He still has room inside the 30. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
First down from the red zone. Has it down close. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. Sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's second and goal. Back to throw. Touchdown! I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Here's Fields to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap to Fields. Launches one deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Mitchell will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. We'll see them tackle second and goal after the break. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. They'll try again from the 4. It's second and goal.
Here we go,
Fields throwing here. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now within one score in the fourth. So here's a big play from the Ravens as they line up for two. And he's got it. That gets him two and puts them within a field goal here late. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building. Right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action here. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. This one falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
They did it! He made the interception! And the Ravens have some new life in the 4th.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth gate down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
That throw finds Komet. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's a throw. And they pick him off again. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes, or simply take him off this field altogether.
And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Mitchell on the carry. Room inside the 10. Takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. To the air now on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 43. Put the body on the line for his team. Offense up to the line fast. Working inside the red zone. He finds Fant. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Quick slant complete. He has the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most. No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Hand off to the back. And he's brought down after a short gain. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Play action, Fields. Completed. Oh, he lost the football! And the Raiders get to it!
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Throwing now, following the turnover. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Back to throw now. Completed over the middle. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, they're still...
And he brings it in. That makes this a field goal game now. Oh, it's a favorite of NFL teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant. It is so tough to defend that close to the goal line, and this time it works for 2.
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route.
Whoa.
When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. But you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, and it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Setting up to pass. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. The give now to Mitchell. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. One of the tight ends motioning left. He'll look to throw it. Throw left side, grabbed by Allen. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Here's Mitchell. Works his way to the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Here he is to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Back to throw. Allen there to haul it in. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line.
At the Raiders' 11-yard line.
Now at 2 seconds left, we've got whistles and we've got a timeout. And up next, you'd assume a field goal try to force overtime. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick is good. He got it. And in the final moments, they force overtime. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see one possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. Now, hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Throwing the out route complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down throw for Fields. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. A good defensive play breaks that one up. So it's 2nd down coming up. Now run. This is Mitchell. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap to Fields. Escapes the pocket. Still on the move, throwing down the right sideline.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Biggest play of OT. Offense set now on 4th down. They do snap it. Here's Fields. Pulled in by Allen on the sideline. Forget that it was 4th down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the 1st. And this is Mitchell. Pushing for the red zone. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Cut out left. And he's brought down at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Off play action. It's Fields. And he pulls it in. That's a touchdown and ends this game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
So it ends as a win for the Ravens.